Hi everybody, I hope you're all doing well. I just felt guided to come on after all this bombardment of like, go buy your shake, go this, go that, blah, 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 blah. And yeah, of course it works temporarily, but let's all face it, we're human beings and we need a plan. So yeah, if you're not into always doing your diary and you're on holidays, a good alternative to doing your calorie counting is like order light and easy. It's just so much easier and you're taking care of yourself and you're not worrying too much. And honestly, if you look at a lot of these programs, I'm just going to have to say it. Years and years ago, when I first lost my first lot of weight, I did acupressure. I went and got professional acupuncture, and I had my points done for eating suppression and stress. And it totally worked, along with what they call now today a keto plan or low carb. Dr. Atkins did this plan years and years ago, and even though he's now passed away, he is one of the founders of breaking the knowledge of people losing weight. Most amazing doctor on the planet, and people give him a hard time all the time. And I just have to say, you know, if you want to look to anything, look to Dr. Atkins. I had his book, and he's the breakthrough nutritionist. And yes, drinking water is essential as well to flushing your system. But if you have a lot of trouble drinking water and getting it down and feeling bloated, then definitely get yourself, forgive me, I'm just going to walk because there's interference and noise, and I'm going to go somewhere quieter. And anyway, as I was saying, Dr. Atkins is the bloke to go with because he is the best doctor. He helped me in the beginning. And if you have trouble drinking water, get yourself an electrolyte, a sugar-free electrolyte, and add that to your water because it'll stop it from being boring. As I've said before, add lemon, a herbal tea. Some people add fruit as well, but that's adding sugar. And there's nothing wrong with that, but honestly, you want to watch your sugar intake because that's where things do go wrong. I have found that your metabolism is at its best in the morning and at its lowest in the afternoon. What we call the 3 p.m. slump is where I wouldn't have my high sugary things. Like if you need that sugary treat and you really need it, especially after exercise, get a glucose tablet or a jelly bean. That's your quickest pick-me-up after exercise, you know, or if you're completely sugar-free, you know, like I said, get a sugar-free electrolyte. But honestly, a tiny bit of sugar after exercise, like a jelly bean or a jelly baby, is not going to hurt you because your blood sugar has dropped after all that hard work, and it helps you if you're like me and you've just done a workout that is the hardest workout ever to build your muscles. But, you know, use your common sense. If you're anything like me, you've listened to every expert on the entire planet and you're probably completely mind-blown and exhausted. Go with what works for your body. I mean, what works for me is not going to work for someone else. I found that my body is aligned to the caveman body. Maybe yours is as well. So that's like where you're eating a higher protein diet and then you're eating certain like pieces of fibre that work better for you. But in saying that, don't eat this banana, don't eat this, don't eat that. Yeah, for a while, yeah, that works. But you know what the best idea is? Do 1 week on your low carb and then do what I call a maintenance week, because this is what I did with a guided doctor. And I lost 14 kilos under the guidance of this doctor with acupuncture in my ear for appetite suppressant and anti-stress. And it works. And all I was doing is I wasn't even at the gym at this point because I had had a car accident. And there was minimal things that I could do because my back had to be fixed up and realigned. And everything was just getting back to normal because at one point I was told I might not ever walk properly again or may never walk again. So, you know, I had a lot of contraindications happening at this time. So don't tell Don't let anyone tell you that you cannot get there just because you have some limited movement happening. And at that time, Speed Fit wasn't around for me. I had to work it out myself and get my mojo before I could get back to the gym and then eventually find Speed Fit, which I must admit is phenomenal on top of lifting weights and the other exercise that I can do now. But again, if you have limited movement or you have extreme health problems, go to a great doctor or to guide you through these things, because this doctor was amazing. You know, he was at the ladies' clinic. You know, I actually went to a place where they specialised in women. They looked after women. They knew a woman. That's important. And you might, if you're a man, maybe you need to go to like a male clinic. Get yourself honed in instead of listening to all these programs online. I'm just here as a guide, like I said. You know, I'm guiding you. In the end, it's your responsibility. It's your life. I can only tell you from my experiences, you know, listen to you. You are the best guide when it comes to your body. They're not inside your temple every day taking care of you. You know what works. And it's like right now, I don't need an appetite suppressant, because if I have an appetite suppressant, I'll be surviving on one bean a day. Maybe you don't need an appetite suppressant either. So then the best thing for you is to find your own balance. And like I've said, you know, stay away from highly processed foods because you don't know what's in them. I didn't even know. I got so educated when I became vegan, and I had to find things for when I was getting ready for my competition. And then my trainer was just informing me, that's got sodium in it, that's got too much sugar in it, that's got this in it, that's got this in it, blah and blah and blah. And I was like, oh my God, what am I meant to eat? But you find your way. And I will have to say, at one point, silken tofu was my go-to. And at one point, I thought if I see another piece of tofu, I might start becoming a walking tofu. But yeah, these days back to being vegetarian and actually I should say pescatarian, where I don't eat any red meat at all because it's just too much for me. Red meat for some people is fantastic, but for me it's just too much. My body's saying it's too carcinogenic for me. Not that I'm downing it, other people love it. And all I say is if you do eat red meat, like I said before, look to the most organic, unprocessed stuff you can get, because you don't want your body to be dealing with chemicals, and you want to give it the best nourishment ever. It's about self-love. It's about self-care. It's about educating yourself, really. And there's no quick fix, people. Like I said, do 1 week on your low carb and then do 1 week maintenance, because if you deprive yourself, you are going to start hallucinating and going crackers. I remember the first time I gave up bread, I loved bread so badly. And I was having dreams of rainbow bread. That's how much I miss bread. But now these days, I now know to have a gut-healthy bread instead of the bread that I was having at the time. So it was the best option for me to get rid of that and to just start from scratch and detox my body and, you know, and just start from the beginning and re-educate myself. So just, you know, give yourself time, be patient, don't punish yourself. Don't scream at yourself. Just, you know, as I say to some clients when they're getting upset, walk it off, you know. Or what we do is called doing the ducky walk. You know, when you watch a duck, shake the water off its back. So I call it do the ducky walk and shake off the yucky energy and go be the best you that you can be. And recapping, go look up Dr. Atkins. You know, the man got so much crap at the time, blah, 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 blah. But honest to goodness, you know, even though he's passed away now, he was the man that broke so much medical barriers. And sometimes when you break the barriers, you know, some people don't like it because they don't get the money, honey. Goodness help him. He wanted to help people. He was a good man. Love, light and blessings. Bye.